Let's talk about the work you're doing now. Like you said, you're part of this organization where everyone has been touched by political violence in some sense. What are your efforts to make sure that this doesn't affect more Americans?
I mean, it's educating Americans as to what happened on January 6th, using my personal experience, and then in the hopes that they will further educate themselves as to why January 6th happened. What was it that inspired so many Americans to commit acts of violence for political purpose? And, in the hope that it would prevent that people would choose leaders to represent them in Congress that will commit to things like the peaceful transfer of power. It seems basic, but unfortunately, we seem to have gotten away from the basics in this country.
What has the reception been like when you're talking to people across the country about what your experience was, about how what you're viewing happening right now in our country?
It's overwhelmingly positive. I get a lot of, I had no idea that it was that bad, which, I'll be honest with you, it's, on one hand, I'm glad that I'm putting my story to good use. On the other hand, it's getting pretty exhausting, 3.5 years out, still, encountering Americans that were just so indifferent to, what happened that day that never bothered to educate themselves.